Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're taking a look at the 2018 Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Now this was produced from 2018 until late 2021, and it is the fastest iteration of the Aventador and the most track focused at the same time, while still being road legal. SVJ stands for Super Veloce Jota. Hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it basically means super fast track car, and yeah, it is a combination of elements from both the SV, which this supersedes, and the Aventador S, which was an upgraded version of the standard Aventador. And yeah, basically takes the extra power and reduction in weight that the SV got, only more so, while having the four-wheel steering system that the Aventador S got, which, yeah, is the second Lamborghini that we've had on this game so far that's been added to the game to have four-wheel steering after the Huracan Evo. And yeah, I'm mightily impressed by this car. I absolutely adore the SV, but this takes everything to a whole new level pretty much, with more power, less weight, and even more in the way of downforce. It has 40% extra downforce than the SV, and yeah, also has 1% increase in efficiency in terms of aerodynamics, and it achieves this by having a disconnected front splitter, tri-dimensional air outlet on the bonnet, a large carbon fibre rear wing with a central fin, underbody aero design with vortex generators to pull the car down, and a large rear diffuser. So yeah, all very technical and all very un-Lamborghini really. This is easily their most technologically advanced kind of car in terms of, you know, being a superb driver's car, and yeah, that's kind of translated in interior as well. As you can see, it's all very focused in terms of the driver, quite frankly, because yeah, the buttons there, as you can see, are all very sharp and easy to see. There's nothing really to distract you. There's no big LCD screen in this, unless it's going to be for the speedometer, which is different to the standard Aventador, and also different, I think, to the SV. So yeah, it all looks very nice inside. I really do like the look of it in the interior. Exterior, it's slightly worse than the SV, purely because it looks like it's got a double moustache at the front there, beside the badge, which I'm not a fan of. I know why it's there, and I know it's got a function to it, but it just makes it look like it's got a moustache really. But then it's Italian, and they kind of like that thing, so yeah, guess that's okay. But the rear end looks absolutely amazing. I love the spoiler, I love the position of the exhaust, and yeah, it just looks absolutely amazing, way better than the standard Aventador was. And yeah, we can't actually look at the engine, but we've seen it before. It's a 6.5 litre V12 engine, but this time it's producing 759 horsepower and 531 pounds-feet of torque, which is 19 horsepower more than the SV and 23 pounds-feet of torque more as well. And it weighs 3,607 pounds, which is 99 pounds less than the SV. So yeah, overall it is a massive improvement over that car. And outside of the slightly iffy looks at the front, this is overall the better vehicle. See how good though? We're going to get out onto the open road and see what it can do. Right, here we are at the drag strip. So this car, as you'd expect, is incredible in terms of its acceleration and top speed, and sounds absolutely glorious as well. So yeah, 0 to 16, 2.8 seconds, 0 to 105.818 seconds, and it will go to a top speed of 223 miles an hour. And yeah, easily get up to more than 160 before we hit the speed camera there as well. So yeah, hope you can see, once we get the smoke out of the way, you can see the rear wheel steering. I'll try and show it off as much as possible, but yeah, it's the same kind of thing that was put on the Huracan Evo. But I think it's put to better use here purely because this is a much larger, heavier car. Therefore it makes this feel way more agile than it actually is, even though obviously it's a hardly a small, lightweight vehicle. So yeah, obviously combine that four-wheel steering with the all-wheel drive system and the huge amount of grip that you get from those tyres, and then all of that downforce that you get as well. And yeah, this is a track beast as well as a road-going vehicle as well. So yeah, we are going to get it onto the track. Look at the stats quickly. So yeah, 8 speed, 8.5 handling, 8.3 acceleration, 7.6 launch, and 8.2 braking are all better than the SV, as you'd expect. So yeah, there you go. The speed isn't apparently as good, but I've gotten the Aventador the SVJ up to pretty much the same speed as the SV, so there's no real major difference there. and I don't know why the acceleration is saying it's less, because it isn't. So yeah, the stats are a little bit iffy on these games. They don't always correlate between cars, but yeah, as you can see, the handling and the braking is better. Although the launch isn't a problem because it does have more power, but yeah, still, this is the better vehicle of the two, even though I do prefer the looks of the SV itself. At the end of the day, you're not going to really be looking at the front of the car all that much, you're going to be enjoying it from the inside, and yeah, it also does look better at the rear end. And overall it feels, in terms of its design, a lot more functional than the SV. So yeah, let's see what it can do around here. So yeah, I'll let you listen to the car for a little bit and then I'll talk some more. So yeah, you definitely do get a bit of understeer from this car, but unlike some cars that really do rely on aerodynamics and downforce, this at least feels, even at slower speeds, to have a fair bit of grip. Obviously helped by the all-wheel drive system, and even more so with the four-wheel steering, which it really does help, turn the rear end a little bit more than it would normally. So yeah, overall a really good balance between mechanical grip and the aerodynamics and the downforce, really. So which obviously are needed, because this is insanely powerful and really rather quick, as you saw there on the drag strip. So yeah, and yeah, the faster you go, you really do get more and more handling on the go. So imagine on a track or out on the open road when you got really rather long sweeping corners that you could go at insane rates of speed and really not struggle to hold it. And yeah, even though, like I said, it does have some understeer, it's only there really to tell you you're going a bit too fast around a corner, and it's usually only around slower corners. It's not really around the faster ones. So yeah, overall I'm really impressed by this car. No idea what they're replacing the Aventador with, because they ceased production in 2021. So yeah, they've got big shoes to fill, really, because yeah, this was a great successor to the Diablo, and yeah, Lamborghini have pretty much always been top of the game when it comes to their main flagship V12 cars. Obviously the Countach was a bit of a pig to drive, but it still at least looked amazing, and was a great poster car. And then obviously before that you had the Miura, which was amazing, and then after the Countach you had the Diablo, which was great. Yeah, and then the Murcielago. Yeah, sorry, that's the car that came after the Diablo. The Murcielago, which I absolutely adored, especially the SV version of that. Then you have this, which was great. Obviously the standard Aventador was a little bit boring in some regards, just like the Huracan really and the standard Gallardo, but when it comes to the upgraded versions with all of Lamborghini's pretty much cars, they excelled really rather well. So yeah, the Murcielago SV was great, and then the Aventador SV was great, and this is even better. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what Lamborghini do next, but I would be surprised if it wasn't a turbocharged V12 or a mix of hybrid and a V12 engine, because I highly doubt they're going to be able to continue to do naturally aspirated, extremely large engines like this, which is a shame if that's the case, but got to move with the times, and yeah, hopefully they take a full advantage of it. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you with the next one. Bye.